We're going to show a proper installation of event-free log set in this home. And these are all the tools and test equipment that you would need. And the first thing having needed is a millivolt tester, multimeter. Then we have a laser for measuring temperature. We have a manometer to test the gas pressure. And we have a CO detector and a gas sniffer. So those are the main things that you need. We brought a regulator. If the gas pressure is too high, we'll install that. And then we have obviously the remote, and that's the burner assembly that we're going to put in. We have just hooked up the manometer to the gas pressure, and as you can see there, it's a 10.54. We really want to be around 7 inches of water column, so we will be installing our regulator to get it down to that. We have put the regulator in to get our gas pressure from 10.4, I believe it was, down to 6.68, which is good. Anywhere around that area between 5.5 to 7 is excellent for event-free product. We've hooked the burner up to the regulator that we've installed. We've also put a large extension onto the valves so they can turn the pilot on and off and get the pilot lit. We've also put AA batteries, 4 of them, into the receiver, and we've also put 3 AAA batteries into the transmitter. And what we're going to do is pair these up. There's a program button on the receiver, and once you hit it, it beeps 3 times. Then you hit the on/off button on the transmitter, and now you're ready to go. All right, we've got the gas hooked up. We've put the extension knob on there so we can light the pilot. And if you'll notice right there, there's a screw, and that fastens the burner assembly down to the floor of the firebox so they can push the extension in to light the pilot, and that's what we're going to do. You'll hear a couple ticks. It lights the pilot. Sometimes you got to bleed the air out of there, but the pilot is lit, and hold it down for 20 seconds and the pilot will stay lit. Then it's ready to be in operation. Now you see that the pilot is lit, and we are going to go ahead and crank it up for the first time. And what we do is we got our transmitter here. We'll just hit the on button and it will light the burner assembly. Sometimes it takes about maybe a couple minutes to get the thermal pile hot after you light the pilot, so don't be too anxious to get it started. Just wait a little bit, and the thermal pile, it'll have enough millivolts to turn the burner on. This is our gas sniffer. We've made a couple connections here with the gas line, so we want to make sure there is no leaks. So when you have one of these, you put it down when the thing is running, when your burner is running, and you can test the connections that you made. And if you have any leaks at all, the gas sniffer obviously will pick it up, and it'll sound like that if there's a gas leak. We've got, we're checking the millivolts coming out of the thermal pile, and as you can see, it says 540, 530 millivolts, etc. And when we kick this on, which is very good, anything over 400 is the number you're looking for millivolts on your thermal pile. And I'm going to kick it on, and you'll see it go down to about 240. And in this case, when it's on, anything over 200 is good. If you get down into the 190s, 180s, then you're going to have failure of the burner kicking on. We're going to start putting the logs in. This is an 18-inch set Boulder Mountains variable flame. This is one of the best looking log sets out there. And the front log goes in like that, along with the other front log goes into that. And you'll see 2 little grooves that go into where the grates are. Okay, these are the next 2 logs that go in. It's a right and a left log. And I didn't show you, but we actually put this ceramic fiber burner log in before we put the front logs on. So put that, and it's marked with orange on the bottom of it and where they attach, and this one's got a white mark, and it goes onto the white ledge right there. Now the back log sits right in there behind the ceramic fiber burner log, and then the last log, or not the last log, but the back log sits in the back, and it overlaps the one you just put in behind the ceramic fiber burner. Okay, then we've got it's got a couple positioning parts on there, so it sits right in tight there. We have some logs that actually just kind of hide some of the screws and stuff that are used to mount the fireplace or the burner assembly down there. Then our last log goes on across. Like that. As you can see, we've got the glowing embers in there. Those are platinum embers, and they glow a little bit brighter than the standard embers. We have our lava rock there that looks like ashes from a burnt fire in the past. And one thing this log set has is the 3 different realistic things of a real fire. It's got the glowing embers, it has a middle glow like a log's ready to catch on fire, then it has yellow flames in the back. So it's really the best looking log set that's on the market today. This is one of the last tests we make, and we want to test the CO levels with the logs in place, and we test them in stream. And we're putting our wand, which is about 1 inch, into the firebox right in the middle at the top. And obviously this would change if it's a huge firebox and versus a smaller firebox. But in reality, we want to keep it less than like 35 to 40 parts per million in stream. And as you can see, we're at about 31 parts per million. So this is going to not cause any odor problems, and it's going to burn very clean. Testing the temperatures of the mantle up here. And we've really been at somewhere around 98 to 100 degrees after it's burnt for a while. But we decided to go ahead and put a hood down below, as you can see right here. And that will offset the flow of heat to the mantle and help keep that mantle at a cooler temperature.